just little trips with this thing outside. All right, here we go, all loaded up.
Now it's time to save myself. I gotta
All right, major progress right here on all the Ridgeline genetics. Looking good. We got pretty much all of them in. We're missing just 10 different Lance A. We call them Lance A and B because they came from 2 different mother plants. Oh, look, there's a wild Machi in her natural habitat playing with her toy. Let's see if we can get it for a throw. You got your toy? Now that we got everything in here kind of ready to transplant, thank God the sun has gone down. It's definitely not a good idea to transplant at like freaking noon. Oh my, looking good. The Cheetah Piss cross to Lance. We're gonna come back obviously and throw pheno numbers on them, but they're holding together really nice. Looking good. It's definitely not too early. It's definitely not too late. Looking perfect on there. Look at that. So that's the idea. Perfect. That little test transplant looking good, healthy, beautiful. They're gonna love it in here. So we're just gonna finalize getting the last of the Lance in their pots as well, and then we're gonna do the transplant marathon. Tons of roots. I was just itching for it. A good transplant day, getting your hands in the roots. It really is rejuvenating, therapeutical, gardening. I love this. Throw down in the comments your guys' favorite stage. Transplant, although hard work, it's one of my favorites because you just know it's a reset, new things coming. Things are going to explode. A week from now, the work we do today is going to pay off exponentially in a week, so.
I think now is as good a time as any to tell you about the big news. My favorite LED and Grow Gear brand just updated their all-in-one kit. Not only does it come with a new AI controller, but now complete with a full nutrient line. The Athena Blended Starter Kit. These are the exact same nutrients I used to grow the umami you've seen earlier in this episode. And let me tell you, wow, it produces fire. This kit also comes with all the necessities, like a top-of-the-line LED, clip fans, and the next-gen 6-inch DC motor inline fan. Oh, and pruning snips, foil tape, trellis net, you name it, they got it. Word on the street is it also comes with a voucher for a free pack of beans from the Jungle Boys themselves. My favorite kit to recommend for new growers just got a whole lot cooler. Make sure to check out acinfinity.com for all your grow needs. And use code HomegrowTV at checkout to save yourself a nice chunk of change and help support the channel. For Amazon, it's code HomegrowTV10. Either way, all the discount codes will be down in the description below. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Said you need a little help, yeah, I think that is good. If you think that's easy, then it's just a little bit. You feel a little slumpy, that's the power of reality. You better gotta let it go before you do something. If I leave it, then I go. You just think it, but I know. Make it low as I go, cause yeah. If I leave it, then I go. You just think it, but I know. Make it low as I go, cause yeah, that's how I roll, yeah, that's how I go, yeah, that's how I roll, yeah. If I leave it, then I go.
All right, here we are back for another update, transplant day with all the farmhouse studios, the Schwale, BOP, and the Red Papaya. And because some of these children are Santis, he's here over helping us transplant.
Yeah, I think he's the baby.
Nice roots, huh?
Yeah.
Just like we did with everything from Ridgeline, we're throwing them inside the big 25-gallon bags. This time we're doing 6 per. So all the ridgeline, we did 5 per, and everything's vegging out really nice here. So another update here. You can see behind us, we threw up these little LED panels. These are all 100 watts, and they turn on a timer. At 6 p.m. they turn on. At midnight they'll turn off, staying on long enough to veg everything here. And like I said, so far, everything ridgeline's vegging out really nice here. It's getting close to getting to cloning to find out this X on them. But 5 per pot, it's a crazy idea. It's gonna work nicely to get quickly into clone. We should be taking clones by next week, finding out the sex for, a week to 10 days after that. Boys crushed it out. Got a lot of this stuff transplanted, and big things coming, huh?
This is for our protection.
Alrighty, another day back at the farm. Grobo Brian in the house. He's gonna be doing some IPM, IPW with Athena, spraying all the plants. We got some fun plans here today, but before I show you what we're installing, take a look at all the ladies, guys. Wow. Everything from Farmhouse Studios, Schwale, blowing up. And again, these were planted like a week or more later than everything Ridgeline, which is now ready to clone and go into our sexting and seeing what they are. But take a look at these guys. It's unreal. It's so beautiful down here. So everything's already, about a foot tall. They clearly love it out here with the sun. It's been looking really good. And these lights in the evening have been doing a really good job of keeping them vegging. Strong enough to keep going. So everything's looking great on the canopy here. Really excited to see Lance in Colombia.
The Mecca. Ridgeline Farms. Birthplace of the Lance.
When it finally hit me and realized, this is my art. I put so much into it, and so it was just really rewarding to, feel like this is the gift I got given, was just to come up with strains and know by just the smell and the taste what will be the winners,
We got some Lance F2, 2 different mother plants. It's gonna be exciting. We got Lance A, Lance B, both F2s, but it's time to clone these suckers, get them into the clone room, and then find out their sex so we can do a big batch and start flowering out and pheno hunting for real. And then here's all the Schwale, the Farmhouse Studios, right? The BOPs, the banana, orange, pineapple, and then the Guela papayas. So everything also looking really good on these, really healthy, perking up. Loving the sun, Had maybe a moment or two of some heat stress, but honestly, they're taking it in. They've adjusted just splendidly. Everything's looking good out here. So what do we got on the plans today? We're gonna be installing some new gear. All of our reverse osmosis system, pre-filters, the actual osmosis system, everything showed up from Grower's House, which was sick. So it's gonna be the first time ever in my life that we've ever set up osmosis. Again, a really important step here for all of our irrigation lines and all that stuff. We're gonna get this built right now, throw on some time lapses. But yeah, major shout out to Grower's House for having some awesome water filtration set up and everything all in one spot. It's been great so far for all these upgrades. So shout out Grower's House, code HomeGrow if you guys want to get yourself a discount on that. Nice, brother. There it is. And here's this. Kill it, bro. So there it is, guys, here. Officially set up. It was pretty easy to set up. We got a pressure gauge in here. This is the water coming in. This is the wastewater. And then this is our RO water that we're going to be using. We also installed 1 valve here, although we're going to have float valves. So I got float valves, and then I have the official float valve as well. I just got a bunch of different ones just to have here in the house as well. So this is what's gonna shut off the water. But this is good just for emergencies. So it's all set up. So now we're gonna set up the pre-filter. So the pre-filter is what's going to filter the water before it even goes into the RO. It's just gonna really extend the life of everything. So that's what we're gonna set up right now. We'll get the next video going. But I did wanna point this out. There's just such few videos to set it up. Again, it's really easy. So I just wanted to point out the video that we ended up watching, Hydraulic Water. So Hydraulic Water did the full tutorial on here, and it's literally the only video I found online of like how to set this thing up. So there really isn't much info on it. But again, it's something that's really easy, guys. It is step by step. Now we're gonna get to the pre-filter. Then we got the pump and a few other little TDS meters and other things as well. So let's get setting up. All right, so this is about as far as we can get right now. We gotta pump out this high pressure right here. We gotta put in here. So before I do that, I'd rather bring it into its final location. So this is what I'm thinking. right? This is the water, the source water from the farm is gonna come in here. It's got a little pre-filter even before the pump, which honestly I should have a few disc filters even before this. But it's gonna come in here regardless. Gonna pick up pressure, pump out into our pre-filter, right? The pre-evolution. It's gonna extend the life on our RO. It's gonna go through the sediment, then it's gonna go through the carbon, then it's gonna come over here to the osmosis, go through the 3 membranes. So good work, bro. Let's bring it out, map out the future reservoir tanks. And I just got the official news. I finally found our reservoirs that we're going to be using. We're going to use these ones right here. They're 150,000 pesos, so it's like under $50, about $40 or something like that. And we're going to potentially set up 4 on that side in the CO2 and 3 in the Pentium. So 7 different reservoirs, and we got to pay for those, and hopefully they show up in the next 2 days, which would be great. And then CO2. Brian, we got to finish CO2. We're a little bit behind track. I mean, it's mid-December. I was hoping to already be planting by now, but you know how it goes. So we're going to have everything from AC Infinity to have our actual regulators and CO2. But then I got this little thing right here, which is supposed to spread it out throughout the room. Let me know in the comments what you guys think for getting this hose spread out around the room evenly. It already has like little holes in it throughout it. So that's what I was thinking of using, but let me know in the comments what you guys think for CO2. And then we will take you guys out here to the big reservoir with big reservoir changes happening farm-wide for the outdoor and the big reservoir tank. So stay tuned, guys. Many changes coming.
Alright, so I thought this would be fun. I gave Grobo Brian the camera and told him to take it home to film the experiment that he had going on. He's got a 4x8 at home with 2 AC Infinity S44s.
Desço a ladeira, vou na praia, vou no parque, vou na cachoeira. Vou na capoeira, vou de ginga e queixada sem tomar rasteira.
And he's leading the way with a ridgeline test of a few packs that we bought from Tangled Roots months ago. Chicken Dance, Lambos, and the Green Lantern. These are all regular seeds. He's identified the males, took them to a different location, and now he's breeding through the females. And just a few weeks later, things totally transformed. He had a few minor issues, but always getting better. Here's the Green Lantern, the Chicken Dance, the Lambos, and a Z-Pie from Raw Genetics, which is another box kit we picked up a while ago and wanted to just test one. This one's unbelievable. We're definitely going to be testing more later.
I welcome
As far as the ridgeline, we definitely found a winner in a few of these, and post-harvest analysis coming soon. Throw it in the comments if you like this segment here at Grobo Brian's Place. I think it would be cool to start seeing more content from his perspective, and who knows, maybe even one day he's creating his own content on his channel. For now though, make sure you go follow him on Instagram. Then the next day, we got into something I've been thinking about for a long time, and finally decided to pull the trigger, reversing our very first winter mount. In the future, I'm going to have a really detailed info about how this entire run went. But for a quick summary, we pulled a lot of info from the James Loud Cannabis Breeding Book, as well as Khalifa Genetics YouTube.
Hey, what's up? It's Aladdin from Khalifa Genetics, and today we're going to talk about how to produce SES in order to produce feminized seeds.
We've been following those instructions for mixing our solution, and same with the application dates. And next thing we knew, we had our very first reversed watermelon emoji.
Failure haunts me still.
We're going to be taking this over to a full tent of other watermelon emojis and creating an S1. And like I said, a lot more details on that coming one day soon. For now, we're just experimenting, having fun, and I can't wait to see what comes out of this. Once again, it's time to do a little mini tour and check out all the updates from outdoor reservoirs, greenhouse updates, and office renewal.
Q, we're rolling, bro. Welcome back to the farm, guys. Welcome back, Q. We're gonna take you guys through a little walkthrough of all the updates. There's a lot, so I think this would be fun, Q. What do you think if you walk around with me and you point out the things that you notice that are different and we can talk about it?
Already saw a lot of new things, so wow. So here you got the jacuzzi.
Right? Dude, the jacuzzi. It's a total size of this. It's a big tank, dude. It's a huge tank. We never even had a tank before. So this is going to be our water, reservoir. This is natural spring water. It comes from here up in the natural spring. We don't have farms above us or no one's spraying anything crazy. We are gonna get the water tested, but imagine, Q, dude, this is coming fresh all day, every day.
Man, I cannot believe how much water is in here, and it's basically for free.
For free, bro. It's free spring water. Hi again, you and Basement all said the same thing. They're like, is this a big hot tub, bro? And it could be.
It's really big.
Right? So it's obviously still a work in progress. This is just step one of getting, again, a big reservoir water sitting next to where the greenhouses are going to be, right? We have one greenhouse, 4 more are gonna be coming, but eventually we're gonna take this and put it into other 2,000 liter reservoirs where we're gonna have our mixed tanks, our nutrients, and this is gonna be our base water, dude.
Wow. Of course, we cannot really judge just by looking at it, but to me, this water looks really clean. I would say you can just use it right here. But let's send it to the lab first before we take a decision.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, bro.
So the greenhouse is empty.
Empty right now, dude.
When is the next batch coming?
That's a great question. We're right around the corner from it. We just got some updates to do with the raised beds. We got to do the ground cover and the irrigation, which should be happening within the next, few weeks. And the next batch is coming, so we're going to start cloning right away, planting new seeds, getting in some of our favorite winners, and then some new tests as well are going to be going in.
Cleaning up the greenhouse, definitely necessary after harvesting. There were some little powdery mildew issues in the greenhouse, so extra important to clean it all out. So we're gonna spray today. Look here, the Grow Bros.
Let's get Grow Bro Brian and Alejo here to explain what they're going to be spraying and what they're doing here.
Bueno, hoy vamos a fumigar con una Tranquility. Vamos a fumigar obviamente el invernadero. Estamos aquí preparando todo, estamos limpiando obviamente todo primero antes de, y ya aquí Alejo también está haciendo, midiendo las medidas para poder fumigar bien.
Una Tranquility, es un fungicida.
It is a little bit toxic. You have to have that in account. So that's also why we're doing this before planting anything. Because you already know there are spores of powdery mildew into the greenhouse. So we want to make sure we destroy all of that before planting the next batch. And now we're gonna also clean the walls, clean the roof, clean the whole greenhouse, put in more ventilation before we plant the next batch. So we're gonna start. So the first batch that we planted here in the greenhouse was just no-till method. Basically, we planted straight into the soil. And now we're gonna try something new. Well, I should ask you, but you told me that we're gonna try to put 8 to 9 beds in here. The idea is that this stays the entrance, that this is our work area where we can bring in products, when we have to spray, that we can pass by to make sure that we have enough airflow. So we're gonna basically only use this part of the greenhouse and put some raised beds here. The raised beds will still give access to the ground, to the mother soil, just to make sure that the plant, if she wants to go deeper, she can go deeper.
Genius, bro. Yeah. So we have rough laid out. You can see the little stakes. We just roughly came through. This is about the size of each walkway. So we're gonna be able to walk through here.
Oh, so you're gonna walk like
this?
Yeah,
exactly.
And there will be a raised bed here and a raised bed here.
Exactly, bro. Yes.
All right. Then we might also need, especially for veg, lights.
Yes. Good call.
Above those beds.
Yes.
So we're gonna need poles here, poles there, make an electric line, and put a couple of light bulbs on top of them. And this way we're gonna veg out the plants a couple weeks before we throw them into flower. Structure here is where we're gonna put some ventilation to push out some air to the mountains.
Exactly. So a lot of you guys threw it down in the comments, and thank you everyone who's throwing down so much helpful information from the way we should be doing our raised beds, get some ventilation in there, get some ground cover. So the other thing we're gonna be doing as well is we're gonna lay a full ground cover down in between the beds. There won't be any weeds. There's not gonna be kicking up dirt. You know, we learned a lot from the last round, and I'm glad we did it grassroots, just full no-till. You know, look at all the traps.
Look at that. If I just go like this, boom, look how much stuff. goes up.
Right?
Definitely got to avoid this. I think we first put the plastic on top of the soil.
Yeah.
Then we put the white textile, I don't know how you call it, like a white cover.
Yeah.
And that will keep all the dust down, make sure that the weeds don't jump up.
Exactly. Here's actually a little example from our other good friend, Lijo Pure Honey. Check his place out. So it's very similar to that. Oh yeah, of course, we went there together. That's right. Yeah, you went and did the hunt there, where we seen the gazerpals and everything.
Magnum Butts also uses the same method.
Yeah.
They also cover the floor because it's cleaner and protects also a bit from problems that are in the soil.
Yeah.
Natural problems, but they're there, so.
Exactly. So that's quite the list of things to do. We are going to be able to get it done quickly. The big thing that's got to change in here as well is irrigation, right? Daily watering. We were watering by hand every single day, bro.
And it just takes too much time.
Way too much time. So we're thinking we might have the water lines, again, come in from this corner here. There's the big reservoir that you see out here. That's gonna come down into other smaller 2,000, 1,000 liter reservoirs where we're gonna be able to have the chance to be able to mix, make sure pH, everything is set, and then we're gonna have our irrigation lines coming here, disc filters and solenoids, and everything triggered from Open Sprinkler tied into the Pulse app. So because of Pulse and Open Sprinkler AI, we're gonna be able to automatically irrigate, set times, how we want to do it.
It also has sensors right in the soil, so you know how humid it is or how dry it is, the soil.
Yep, exactly.
Genius. In the greenhouse, but it's going to be a smart greenhouse.
Q, you haven't seen this yet either, brother. Come check it out, dude. I've revealed to you guys, Q and the whole channel, inspired and mostly done by Mum.
Whoa.
This right here is the new studio for 2025. Here.
Check this out, dude.
Right?
What a nice job you did here. Well, both of you, because it looks like your mom helped.
Oh my God, big time.
This looks like it has a mom touch to it.
Doesn't it? Look at this, bro. So we already got the
Beautiful.
lights. Everything's already set up, so we can just, all right, we're gonna shoot, so we can just go ahead and change.
Oh,
you know.
Put on that music.
Right? Q, do you recognize that trichome picture there?
Oh man, is that from Chris Candid Kush?
That's Candid Kush, bro.
Chris Romain, the artist, the legend. Wow, I saw this at the Hall of Flowers.
At the Hall of Flowers. So if you guys haven't seen Q's video yet of Hall of Flowers, it is sick, dude. It's a really cool event. Q did a whole walk around. And at that event, this is where we seen the picture. Candid had it on display, and this is the exact same one that was on display for everyone there.
Wow.
This is Candid Kush's work, and I bought this at one of his expos. Now it's being shown here live at the Hall of Flowers, but it's gonna be pretty sick, dude, to see this sucker come home.
So you bought it there and then shipped it here?
Yeah.
All the way to Colombia?
All the way to Colombia,
wow,
dude.
Now that's some real dedication right there.
A lot of different strains. We got some of the work from, obviously, Eric Nugshots himself. We got some of our homemade strains and crosses, some of our photos. Stuff like Jelly Donuts,
Whoa.
Lungbuster from Soulfire, Yikes from Exotic Genetics. That's CBD from Heat Suckers.
Oh, yeah.
CBD Northern Lights.
We did it 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that was the old one, the pink one. There's the watermelon emoji, number 22. These are its children of the watermelon emoji. So this is watermelon emoji crossed with Gorilla Candy. All three different phenos right there, just beasts of a flower. Toronjas from Black Tuna, that's shot by Eric. And then Toronjas Black Tuna shot by Eric. Some of the pictures from Morocco, we got Ed, we got some of the hash, we got some of the seeds. And then really quick before we leave it,
right on, Skip.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
you know, like we got a male here, the chicken dance. This is from Ridgeline. This is male number 4 with the star beside it. We looked at it when it was flowering out. She was crazy, but he was crazy. We got to the 22s, Green Lantern, Lambos, and then this is all the clones here from the Cheetah Piss cross to Lance. Mostly Lance and Cheetah Piss crosses right in there, dude.
Wow, from Ridgeline Farm. I cannot wait to start trying the first flower of those American seeds that we brought from there. I'm just curious just to know if it's going to be exactly the same as there or it's going to be totally different, because I know genetics already determines a lot about how your flower is going to be. but still growing it here yourself is just so different. I love it.
Yeah, very excited for these. And then this is a little test project we got going on. This is totally a ghetto version of Athena's VP Dome. We don't have the right rack. I lost it somewhere. So I got this, it's got all this extra space. I don't have the lights, so I bought these from just the local hardware store. These are just T5s, T5 LEDs.
Oh yeah.
Right?
That's well, by now it's old school, but it works perfect. It doesn't use a lot of energy, and it's a perfect spectrum for your clones.
And then these right here, this is a new test that I'm really excited about, guys, right here. We got these from Grower's House, and I'm excited to run this test because apparently the plugs already come pH perfect, you know, kind of already got their nutrients in. So this is our first test. It's not ideal. We don't have the perfect metrics going on for our clones, but we'll get there.
So it's dry.
Yeah.
And it's more humid. Right? It's right under the roof. And if the one gets sometimes burns that much, then it gets pretty dry inside.
Yeah, right? So yeah, we've been spraying